Hello and welcome back to Season 3 of Reddit League. It's finally here. We've waited, I don't even know how long we waited. A couple of months even. Maybe even longer. I think the final for Season 2 was right around Christmas, if I remember correctly. So we waited 4 months for the continuation. And yeah, I'm happy that it's finally here. As you know, we've been promoted last season. I'll quickly show you well, this is not ideal. Give me a second. Let's do it like this for now. I'm going to be playing against all of these people. All of these people. A lot of strong players in there. It's not going to be easy at all. My goal for the season personally is I want to be somewhere between 5th and 8th. If I manage to achieve that, I'm happy. I just want to, it's my first season in Division 2. I want to stay in it. Obviously, if something better happens, I won't complain about it, but I just don't think it's very likely if I look at all the other people on that list. There are also, here is the map schedule. Yeah, it doesn't matter, Facecam's fine there. Here's the map schedule. I've talked about this map schedule extensively during our previous show for Reddit League Season 3 over on the GeoGuessr esports channel. So if you want to hear more about it, head over there and watch that. Just a quick rundown, and I'll tell you what I think about them, and if I like them or not. Uruguay? Potentially. Could be interesting. Dams of the World? It's a world map with a special theme. Who cares? Belgium? Not ideal. AI made world map? Not my favorite, but I won the promotion game last season on a different AI map. They play quite differently as well. They're quite different in terms of the locations you get. Both are kind of weird in a way, but we'll see. Cambodia? Yeah. California is interesting. I like California from a GeoGuessr standpoint. Relatively diverse state. Relatively big as well. Relatively well signed too, I think, regarding US American states at least. Then we move on to Asia, which I'm looking forward to. I think I've got pretty decent chances there, as long as we don't get Indonesia. Then we head over to Italy, which I hate. Then we head over to Ireland, which could be very interesting. Could also be dreadful. We'll see. Probably not a map. I think it has about 10,000 locations or even more. So probably not a map you can practice for a lot. And there'll be lots of weird small islands that, if you've never heard of them, might be difficult to find. Then we move on to Bolivia, which I'm looking forward to. Pretty diverse country with not that much street view, so it could be interesting. And then Kenya, which again I'm looking forward to, could be interesting as well. Relatively well signed, and yeah, probably one of my more favorite. That's barely English. Probably one of my favorite African countries to play next to Lesotho. But yeah, I just hope we don't get thrown into Nairobi too much. All right, that's it. I'll show you how I did in the other 4 division seeds afterwards. Let me just put my face cam back here. Just because actually, let me even move it further over there. There's no need for it to be so big on the screen. That should work. Yeah, I'll show you those afterwards. If you want to stick around and see what I think of the other division seeds, do that. But we'll be doing that after we have played through our own seed. And let's go, Uruguay. Let's just do it. All right. We start off in a city. That's a good sign, potentially, as long as we can figure out which city it is. Let me have a look here. Do we have any road signs, road names? We don't right here. Terminal Colon, I'm not sure that is a city name. I don't think it is. We'll just move through the city a bit and we'll check it out. Okay, looks like we're at a major street, somewhat at least. Why don't we head over here for now? There is a sign here which isn't helpful because there's nothing on it. Brilliant. What do we have here? We have one sign at least, but that doesn't help us much either. Will that tell us anything? No, no, doesn't really. Okay, It can be a struggle sometimes in Uruguay to figure out which city you're in. I think from what I've seen so far right now, it could be something like Tacuarembó. Could also be like Melo or any of the bigger Uruguayan cities, really. I'm not completely excluding Montevideo, but it's if it is Montevideo, it's definitely not downtown Montevideo. What do we have here? That might be helpful. No, it isn't. Which way is better? Oh, actually, it is Montevideo. There's advertisements on the signs here. What's the bigger road? Jose Batle y Ordonez, and this goes towards Route 18. I'll just quickly push down a marker, or put down a marker. Where is Route 18? I think it has to be Montevideo, but where is Route 18? Now that has me worried. I need to check everything. There's Route 18. And it stops here. So is it 23? Could it be that? If it goes towards Route 18, it probably has to be, right? Just let me check that again. Does that definitely say Route 18 and not 1B? I really hope it does. Is there a Route 1B in Montevideo? Oh God, this is horrible. I think it might be Montevideo after all. I think it's too big to be 23. You know what? I think I'm moving back. This is so painful. Yeah. Am I? No, I can't. It said Route 18 here. I can't move back. I have to stick with it. It's not this, is it? Why does it... I knew it. I hate this so much. Why does it say Route 18? It makes no sense. Oh, the Peñarol is just... It's a district in Montevideo. Okay. Alright, we'll move on. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it now. Alright. I want as many locations like this as possible now. Off to a great start. Oh, sometimes I hate this game so much. Alright. We'll keep it moving. Go as fast as we can and hope to find some signs. There's not much else you can do with locations like these because, well, Uruguay looks the same everywhere, pretty much, except it's a bit more sandy in the southern part. So we're not there, but the southern parts only extend about like 100 kilometers inland, and everything else looks like this. Now, at least let me see what this is. Rivera 190. Unfortunately, Rivera is here, but unfortunately it doesn't tell us which direction. It says Pablo Rivera 9, which is not something like, or Pueblo Rivera potentially, which is not something I can see right here. I'll look in the other direction as well to give me more of an estimate. It just says the same, and it says it's to the east, however, so that might be good. Here's another sign, La Valleja. Pueblo La Valleja is here, and that's to the east. This Rivera is to the east, and it could be here. 190 kilometers here makes sense. Let's have a look at this. What does that tell me? Yeah, it just says the same towards La Valleja. The road here curves towards the southwest. There's a tiny little town here, which could be the right place. What do we have here? We have Pueblo Ferreira. It does curve to the southwest. I think that's probably the right place then. It's not like we have much of a choice. Let's actually, you know what, let's make this comparison here. Does that fit the road layout? It sort of does. Let's go north and check if we hit Sequeira. Makes a curve to the, what does that say? Departamento de Salto. Brilliant. Where is that road towards the west? Is that somewhere here? It doesn't look like it. Oh, just moving to the start. Oh, to the east, my bad. Need to look the other direction. It's here, so we're slightly further south of that. Let's put us about here. 5k for that. Let's move on. We'll head north this time. I just have to hope that all of the locations are like this now. Let me watch the blue sign. In 81 Los Arroyitos in 10 kilometers. We're on the 19. Good to know. Now we just have to find it quickly. Oops, don't zoom in. There's the 14, 15, 16. There's the 19. Does it extend further? Of course it does. Los Arroyitos. How much further? It goes through here. Does it go any further than that to the west? I don't think it does. So we can stop here at the worst. Ugh, is it worth it to check every river? I don't think it is. I think it's more worth it to keep going for a bit longer. And see if we can't find a better sign. Yep. Round we go. I have 2 minutes. I do recognize Arroyitos somehow. So it might be more worth it to check for that. Especially since the road here goes bad pretty quickly. I'll check out the other direction quickly. And we'll see what that sign has to offer. That is beautiful. Route of 15. Route of 15 is here. Oh, it goes up along here. That makes sense. It's Los Arroyitos, Chibolito 51, Lasano 50. Yeah, fits. We have to be here somewhere. Let's check the road direction. Does it make more sense to be this or this? I mean, it probably has to be this either way. How far until we make a curve on the north side? Probably quite a while. Not it's a slight curve, but I don't think that would show up. It's actually a curve back towards the other direction. Can I see that in here anyway? This is a curve, yes. I think that might be the side streets that we have encountered here. Let me see to the south how long it takes for the turn to come up. It's straight past here. It's where the turn is, so I actually think we're closer. We've got 25 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Halfway between them. That makes sense. 4, 9, and 8. I'll take that. Next round. Okay. Let's go northwest. Quickly. Just trying to get to a sign as fast as possible, as always. I apologize for this potentially not being incredibly interesting, but that's just the way how Uruguay plays. Did I miss a sign? No, I didn't miss a sign. It's just that shack. There's nothing really else you can do. As I've mentioned before, landscape-wise, it's just all the same pretty much. And I mean, out here in the middle of nowhere, there's not even any signs you can look at. That would help you out otherwise. Some construction work being done here. Bridge, sign, thank you very much. The 27, Kunapiru. That's the 26, where's the 27? It could really be just about anywhere. It's the 22, 21. Some of those road numbers are super hidden. There's the 27. And it's relatively short as well. It doesn't extend past this anywhere. So, Kunyapiru. Let me have a look. There is this bridge. So there was a turn, definitely. Let's just look at this again. Straight north. Road matches up perfectly. So we are here. How far was it to the north until the curve? 1, 2, 3. A slight curve to the east, actually. That might be worth investigating. Can we see that anywhere? Here is a curve to the east, a very slight one for sure. Before that curve to the east, do we have these side streets? There is definitely a side street here that goes to the east. Do we have one that goes west as well, a bit further south? Not really. Let me go here. Oh, Aduana? That's not a city, is it? I don't know what it is, but it might actually be this, so we might be a bit further north. We could there's a road here. Yes, we are further north. How much further north is difficult to judge? How far did I have to travel? 2, 3. Not particularly far. 1, I only got 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that turn actually came pretty soon, but I don't remember where it is. Here. You know what? Actually, do we have these houses? Does that make sense even? Yes. You know what? We're sticking to it. 63 meters. All right. I'll take that. Now one more, please. Just no, not a city. Okay, it's not Montevideo, hopefully. Coen Alicante. All right. Let's see if we can make it out of the city, please. Actually, never mind, it's Montevideo. Oh God. I saw signs with ads. Why did I not go with Montevideo in round 1? I guess I thought it might be possible that other cities have them. It's clearly not. Oh God. Show me the sign. Americo Riccardoni. This looks like relative. Oh, football. Which football club are you? Tribuna Olimpica. This is not good. It was Americo Riccardoni, and the other road is Alfredo Navarro. Let's just put it down in Montevideo for now. This is a big stadium. There's Riccardoni. Navarro is here. We came from the south. We had, what did we have? Do we have street names here? Yes. We had Alicante going north-south and Coe or Code going the other way. Which direction did we go? It's difficult to say, I don't quite remember. Unfortunately. Traveled quite... Okay, we've got a minute still. Screw that road. We're going to a bigger one. Is that bigger? What's it called? Talcahuano. Might be bigger. Will I find... Did I go this way before? I really can't tell. Okay, let's go south. I think we actually... Did we get to this road? Ramon Anador. Probably the bigger one here. I hate cities. There's Talcahuano. There's Alicante. And there's Comodoro Coy. Okay. We got there in the end. Put me back to where we started, please, game. That is that intersection, so we're north of it by like 2 houses. So right here. Which gives us 5,000 points for round 4. And if I didn't completely ruin round 1, we could have had a good chance at this game. Why did I do that? The season has started as the last one has ended. I mean, it's ended fairly well in the promotion side of it. The Puerto Rico game in that last one, if you remember, it's just the same thing again. 4 rounds where I did pretty well. 1 round that I just completely blanked. And I hope that I can just write this one off as nerves from the first round of the first game. And yeah, then me just second guessing myself. And this is always my problem in these games. There was a sign that made no logical sense whatsoever, but it was there and it had information that seemed to point to something. And the fact that it pointed to something made me completely ignore everything I had seen in that round until that point. I saw a pretty large city. I traveled quite a distance and it was still a city. Unlikely to find that here. I mean, you can if you go around in circles a bit, possible. In Rio Branco, probably even less so because the city is less wide. I saw signs with advertisements on them. That's the first. You don't need to know anything at all apart from that to recognize you're in Montevideo. That's the only thing you need. I'll have to figure out what the hell that sign was talking about. And also, the worst thing about this is I recognize Boulevard José Batlle y Ordóñez. I recognize the street name. Did I go for Montevideo? No, I didn't. Why didn't I? Because I'm stupid. Okay. I promised I'd show you my results for the other seeds, and they're well in line with my stupidity that I have just shown here. Let's just open them all up. Division 1 was alright. Apart from, a really stupid mistake here. Because there was a sign here, like right next to the start. It says Rivera is like about 100 kilometers to the west, and a different town called Cerilada is 30 kilometers to the north. Super easy sign, super easy round. Why did I fuck it up? Because I misread Cerilada. Maybe I didn't even misread it. The first time I read it, I looked for it along the 27. Why? Because I didn't interpret the arrow that was pointing off of it correctly. And then by the time I had gone over there, and didn't find anything else great, I forgot what it was actually called. And I didn't go back to check. I kept looking for something that I thought was called Cordillero. That was at least not in my seeds. The other rounds were all fairly straightforward. That was a really dumb mistake as well. But yes, not a big deal there. It's like 300 points. It was a super easy round as well there. That was the easiest round ever. How long did it take me? Yeah, 46 seconds. You spawn on a bridge at the border between 2 departments. It doesn't get easier than that. Round 3. Yeah, that had signs telling me 33, José Pedro Varea, and something else that doesn't matter, are so and so many kilometers away. And then it was relatively easy to pinpoint, even though I still missed 8 points there. it wasn't like it was easy to get the right stretch of road, but it wasn't easy to get full points there. And then round 1 was in Montevideo, which in this case was super easy because I recognized Avenida Gral Flores. Then we went on to the Division 3 seed, which started off horrifically. Round 1, middle of nowhere, and I walked over that junction because this road, while I was walking over it in my head, I was thinking, it does look like the slightly bigger road than the one I'm on, but it's still a dirt road, and just go past it. And I had sort of, when I was around here, I had regrets, but I thought, stick with it. I shouldn't have stuck with it. I almost made it to Florida. I could have chosen any other direction, really. Could have gone north, would have found where I am. Could have gone south and then deviated from my route to either direction, would have found out where I am. I didn't. That one was just unlucky because round Division 5 seed, I think, as you'll see later on, has a location that's about here. If I'd gone west, I probably would have recognized that location again. I didn't. I went east. And also I spent quite a lot of time searching for something, so I didn't actually make it to Route 4, which doesn't really help when you don't make it to a major road in Uruguay. It really doesn't. And then the other 3 rounds are super easy. We had a location in round 3 near Dolores, especially easy because one of the, I don't remember which it was, either the Division 4 or the Division 5 seed, has a location that's right here on the other side of a gas station right here. That's pretty, that stands out a lot. So that was super quick, 1 minute and 5. I just didn't get the pinpoint perfectly, but who cares. Then we had location 4, which was in Tacuarembó, which was again pretty easy because I don't even know why. I think I found out somewhere around here probably that it is Tacuarembó, and at that point, like if you know you're in in a Uruguayan city that's not Montevideo, you just go into the map and look for the road names. It's not a big deal. 1 minute and 11, and then round 5 was in Montevideo, again in Maracana, and I made it to here, and then I saw signs pointing me towards Colonia. Don't really know which Colonia, but they are all over here. There's this one, and there's this one, but they're all over there. And it also pointed towards the south, towards Casabo. Rest made it pretty easy. This is very recognizable, and this road over there going towards the west and then having that sort of hairpin turn also made it pretty easy to pinpoint. Then the Division 4 seed, which was just very easy in general. Fairly easy rounds. We started off in Montevideo on the port, which was just a big sign, Puerto de Montevideo or something like that. Easy 5k there. Then we went over to Estación Porvenir, which I actually saw a sign that said Estación Porvenir very early, but I didn't recognize it as a city name. So I kept going for a bit until I saw a sign that was basically like, you're on this road and I think it was 60 kilometers or something away from Guichon. And that made it relatively easy to figure out because I then looked at the map and I saw, oh, it's a city after all. Then comes round 3. Between Rio Branco and Lago Merin, I made it into Rio Branco. Then there was a sign that was like 20 kilometers to Lago Merin, so that was easy to find. Pinpointing itself was the only round that cost me points here, because not an easy pinpoint whatsoever. Then round 4 in Dolores, that's the round I was talking about before. Here's the gas station. Didn't take much movement, found out I'm in Dolores right around here. And then you have these sort of side roads to help you pinpoint. Made it relatively straightforward. And then round 5 was in here, which was also why I recognized Pueblo La Valleja earlier, because I already had a round here and I came from the other side. But still, this time it was this junction, earlier was this one. So I didn't quite recognize the landscape because I hadn't been there before. Even if I had, I probably wouldn't have recognized it, let's be real. But I recognized the town name. So that made that, in this round I didn't yet, obviously, but it was pretty straightforward anyway. You had a couple of roads that went off here. It was still relatively lucky to get the perfect score. And then now that we've expanded the league to 5 divisions, there's one more seed to talk about. And that went about as terribly as you could expect. That actually was worse than my performance on the Division 2 seed, but with less grave consequences. Round 1, Durazno. I remembered San Martin, and the other one was, I think it was, what was it? I think it was 18 de Julio that I remembered. You know where I put this? Soria de San Martin, not Graal San Martin, above 18 de Julio. Yep. Next round. Over here. That's a round that we also had in the Division 3 seat that I talked about earlier, where we started around here and I went east. This one I went west, made it to the road, found a sign that said, what did it actually say? I think it where did it even point me to? I think it just said we're on the 31, and it told me when I went over this bridge, it told me it's the Itapevi River, and there's a Colonia Itapevi here, which made this fairly straightforward because also these two roads stand out. I went with the other one. Why did I go with the other one? I don't know. I felt like it looked much more north-south than you can see here. I was apparently mistaken. Round 3 then brought us over to Montevideo again. My favorite city in the world. This wasn't too difficult to figure out. I made it to a major road here, and I think it said, I don't even remember what it said. I think in the end I got lucky that I found the road name somewhere. Yeah, I found Emancipación, that's what I was looking for. And Triunfo, that's actually what I found first. I just basically knew we're somewhere in this area. And I went road searching and I found them. That's, I guess, lucky. Round 4. Over here. Not too difficult. Over there, there's a sign towards, I think that would have been towards Rio Branco. I'm not entirely sure. But it was not too hard to figure out, and you spawned like right next to some roads. I, of course, messed up. Why wouldn't I? With the pinpointing. But that wasn't too bad. And then round 5, we were in Florida, which was actually a pretty fun round. It took me until here. I saw a couple of signs saying Florida, and I was like, I don't recognize this. Until here, where it actually told me some road numbers and etc. And then I was like, look at the map, and there it was. And that's it. Those were the seeds of Uruguay. I have no hopes for any points from this week. It would require Blockchain Prenup, who's my opponent for week 1, to fuck up round 1 as well. I don't think he would, just looking at it in isolation, I think I've definitely got him beat in rounds 2 to 5. But as long as he goes with Montevideo, I think he can basically do whatever he wants in the other rounds and still come out as the winner. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video despite my fuck up. I would say I promise to do better next time, but I probably have done so in the past and it's not improved. So I don't know. We'll see next week in Dams of the World. Until then, thanks for watching. See ya.